Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentry. Because the Open got done so early where we're at, Tyson and I are doing like an instant reaction to the Open finishing up. We've been chatting a little bit off air, just like, whoa, how do we want to go about this? Because there's a ton of storylines that are coming out of the Open Championship with Scottie winning his fourth major now, becoming one of the greatest golfers. I think the greatest golfer since Tiger Woods. We'll dive into that kind of the history going forward, but we got a bunch of other stuff we're going to get into because Harris English and Chris Gotterup are now making a push for the Ryder Cup. So we're going to talk a little Ryder Cup on that aspect. Matt Fitzpatrick, he had a good showing this week, a little resurgence from him, and then Robert MacIntyre and Rory McIlroy come up just a little bit short in their native land of England and Ireland. But Tyson, we're going to do a roundup at the end as well, just kind of touch on some popular names and how they finished and more thoughts on that. But what did you think of the Open? Because you were super excited for this, and Scottie ran away with it. Now, did that temper anything about your excitement coming in or what?
No, I think it's even more impressive. It's just like this is the most insane. Like there was never a chance today for anybody to catch him. There's never been a chance at a major when he's had a 54-hole lead that it felt like, it's even – there was like a split second in the first Masters maybe with Cam Smith, and then he just, chipped up and ran the ball in on like hole 2 or 3, and it was like, okay, this is over. It's 2 under through 2. He's up by 7 when he's on the 5th green here today. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's the oldest one. The Claret Jug has everybody else's name on it. Like this thing's been around since before people even thought of the Masters. Maybe the Masters is the most prestigious, but it's invite only, man. This is like the true blah, 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 all the golf stuff. And Scottie Scheffler just ran through everybody. You said in our preview, you don't necessarily have to be the best putter to win out here, but Brad, it helps. And when you're the number one putter in the field like Scottie Scheffler and you just are able to run away from everybody, we said after the Masters, because everyone was like, Rory just won Golfer of the Year. This is crazy. And it was like, well, what if Scottie wins 2? And he did. So what now?
Well, I think Rory's still going to win it because last year Xander won 2, and it was the 2 last majors of the year, and Scottie still won Golfer of the Year. So I think they're still going to give it to Rory for the story. And it's not like Rory performed too terribly in the other majors, but I think he'll still be Golfer of the Year because he got the career Grand Slam. But Tyson, let's just dive into Scottie because that's really the conversation in the golf world after this because we're getting to the Tiger comparisons. People are saying he's top 10 golfer of all time. There's a few different things online that we've been following. I think Kyle Porter, formerly of CBS, has done a really good job of reminding people of the other golfers that are in that list. And we did this with Rory when he won, and just the people who have won the majors. I mean, Tom Watson has a ton. We forget about Phil. There's just so many names in the history of golf. But that's to say, Scottie Scheffler is on the track to being a top 10 golfer of all time, maybe a top 5 golfer with what he's done. Because I want to read this out here, Tyson. And since 2022, this is what Scottie's done at the majors. 16 starts, 4 wins, 12 top 10. So 12 out of 16, he's finished in the top 10. He's only missed 1 missed cut. That's 62 rounds played. 29 of those have been in the 60s. He's gained strokes on the field in 53 out of those 62 rounds. He's been 182 strokes better than the entire field of golf during those 16 starts in the majors. This is a dominant stretch that we have not seen since Tiger Woods. People wanted to crown Rory as that. We are now seeing the best golfer since Tiger. It is a remarkable what we're watching, and we need to have the conversation going forward. When is this going to stop? Because it's like we tried to crown some of these younger guys coming up, and it's like this is Scottie's world, and everybody's just living in it.
And he's 29. Like, here's the guys that have won 4 majors or has won the Masters, the PGA, and the Open before they turn 30. It's Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Tiger Woods. It's a pretty good list, Brad. How many majors did those guys go on to win in the rest of their career? He's winning these things. It's like 3 shots and 4 shots a time. And like I think Seve Ballesteros was the only other person in the history of golf to win your first 3 majors by 3 shots or more. And now Scottie stands alone. He's the only guy that's done it 4 times. These are the things when you're saying top 10 all time, maybe top 5. Like it's hard to argue the trajectory. He's like tied for 8th or better in his last 11 starts. He's winning at a clip that we haven't seen in a long time. Like it's probably closer, like his whole major career to right now is probably closer to like 2006 Tiger onward, like before, not the 2001, like 2000 2001 02 whatever stretch that Tiger Woods went on. But this is like there was no point today or yes, like they asked Matt Fitzpatrick what he wants to have. He's like, for him to blow up like that. Look, like this guy's a robot. We know we're gonna get. They're interviewing Harris English after the round. How's it feel to get up to second? And he's like, yeah, I was battling for second place, and like that's a reality for everyone else on tour right now. He puts himself in bad spots almost to feel something. It looked like he took on that bunker just because.
The way people talk about him, I think, is how you know he has a stranglehold, because it does feel like that's the way people, and we remember it. That's how people were talking about when Tiger was playing at the peak of his powers. It's like, well, Scottie's here. And I mean, freaking Rory McIlroy, we're talking about potentially somebody who could be a top 10 golfer of all time, just completed the career Grand Slam, only X person ever to do this in this game that's gone back centuries. It's like, well, Scottie was rolling like that and nobody can really compete with him. Like, that's Rory. That's supposed to be the second best guy in the world. And he's saying, well, if Scottie plays like that, there's nothing we can all do. I mean, the way Jordan Spieth's talking about him, you just laid some of the quotes out from the guys who finished behind them. This is the reality of the game of golf. If Scottie Scheffler shows up and he's got his A game, nobody can do it. And nobody can beat him. And I think even if he has his B game, we're at the moment right now, Tyson, where a lot of people are having a hard time keeping up with him. So,
it almost makes you wish like
major championship season. And
makes you wish he wasn't in college the whole time, dude. Like that's all I've been thinking this whole time is like if he got started, because did you see 1,197 days? You see that?
I did see that stat. Yeah.
So like, and Tigers was 4 years younger calendar age than Scottie was, and it's like, dang, because he played in some of these things as an amateur or whatever, but I don't get it. Like what he's doing doesn't make a ton of sense, man. It's like the other guys are fantastic, and he is routinely like it's not close.
No, I mean it's domination, and coming in, we gave out our bets, and I said I got one guy this week, and it's Scottie. I just had a feeling that Scottie was going to win it, and I was glad we could get a winner because Tyson and I went a little cold, so it was nice to finish with one. And it was for like I hadn't heard his quote. Because you brought it to my attention on the episode. You're like, did you hear what he said? I was like, no, what he said. And he just, if I turn into a golfer and that's not my number one priority, I'll quit golf because I'm more into family stuff and things like that. And in a way, that keeps you grounded. Like that, he was focused. He was happy to put on a show this week because he said after the round that this was the first time his parents have gone to Europe to see a golf match. And so he wanted to finish well. He wanted his wife to have a good time coming over. They're going to have a good time coming back. And like, that's what drives him. Not, I need to go out and win my third leg of a Grand Slam. And if not, then this and that. It's like, no, my wife's over here. My parents are coming to Europe. Might as well have a good showing. And he did. And he wanted his kid to play with the claret jug. He did after the round. And we're going to go home. We're going to enjoy it. Like it's a machine, like you said, robot-like. But, man, it is effective for him.
Well, it's like Tiger the whole time was like, I got to be Jack in majors. That's what I want to win. And he won a heck of a lot of golf tournaments along the way. But it just kind of feels like Scottie's out there like just playing the game and really, really wanting to win these tournaments. But we haven't heard him talk like, it's important to me to become the number one golfer of all time, or I want these things. And maybe he does feel that way. But that was a really candid interview that he gave. And it was people are misconstruing it a little bit. It was like, why am I so competitive? Why do I want to win it this bad? And people are like, he doesn't even care about golf. But it's a crazy thing to say and then come out and obliterate the field. And Brad, you have to wonder, like, at this point in time, is there going to be a little bit of a switch that is flipped where Scottie Scheffler starts thinking, I could get to 10 or 11 of these things. I could make this a conversation.
Well, I think he probably eyes it. Now, the way, it's all speculation, right? People are like, well, what is Scottie interested in? And of course, he thinks about it. Like, I have no idea. Like, I'm just taking him for what he said. And that's, I just go out there to play golf because I like to play golf and I'm competitive and I want to win. I don't really think about the other stuff besides, being a good family man. And so he may have that set. I don't think it's a goal of his, though. I think he just goes out there to win every single golf tournament he can. And it's worked for him so far. And I don't expect that to change because he's at the peak of his powers with his new putting style, with the mallet that he's got, and we're not talking about a weakness anymore. I mean, it's at times it was a strength.
Dude, he made like every putt under 10 feet on, when he went nuclear earlier in the week. It's like him, Lee Trevino, Arnold Palmer, and Tiger Woods of guys that have won 10 times across 2 seasons and have had 3 majors. And he's going to have a chance to continue adding to that. And he's won more than 10 times. This dude has a gold medal. There's like, if he doesn't win the U.S. Open, I think, we talked when Rory won the Masters, and it was like it always felt inevitable, and then it didn't, and it felt like he would never get there. This is, I was younger then, but this would be even more mind blowing to me if Scottie Scheffler doesn't show up next year and win at Shinnecock Hills on his birthday. It's like if he completes the career Grand Slam by 30, I mean, holy smokes.
Oh, it would be insane if that was to happen. And so we'll keep an eye on that. Major championship season is over. Tyson, any closing thoughts you want to give on Scottie and the major championship season here?
I think it was a really good major championship season. I think the photos, of Rory, Scottie, JJ Spawn, and then Scottie again is just really funny to see JJ Spawn kind of in the middle of those two like golf giants. But that's the nature of the game. I thought the major season was awesome. The Masters was one of the most, cinematic Sundays we've ever seen. And then Scottie reminded us he's a robot twice. The U.S. Open made us all feel good. And then, Brad, this is a special year in golf because ever since they redid the schedule, and the PGA is no longer in August, it's kind of like, now we're just waiting for football. We got the FedEx, but whatever. But we got the Ryder Cup now. We got something every month in the golf world until football season. It's going to be great.
Absolutely, and let's dive into that because while we're playing for second, or the guys were playing for second on the course, people are talking about, well, how about Harris English and Chris Gotterup making a little Ryder Cup push here, and this is going to take place in September, Tyson, September 26th to 28th in Bethpage Black on the black course.
Mm-hmm.
This will be fun. I mean, Team Europe won in 2023, kind of an embarrassing performance from the United States over there in Italy, man. I mean, that was ugly. So they're going to try to get their lick back. And normally the United States performs much better on home soil than when they go to Europe because I can't remember the last time they won over in Europe. This is the rankings right now, and we'll kind of tie this into how Harris English and Chris Gotterup played. The top 6 get the automatic qualifier, and then you got the captain's picks after that. The captain is Keegan Bradley, vice captains Furyk, Kisner, Webb Simpson, Snedeker, and Woodland. Here's how we're looking. Now, this is before the Open Championship, so based on points. So things are bound to change, but Scottie's going to be an automatic qualifier. Xander, with his finish, is going to be an automatic qualifier at second. JJ Spawn probably as well. At third, and you got Russell Henley with his finish at the Open going to be in 4. And then Bryson DeChambeau 5, Justin Thomas 6. I think the 5 names there are stamped in. It's going to be a battle for 6. Now, why do I say Harris English? Well, he finished second in this tournament, went 5 under on Sunday, finished 13 under, outright second place. Tyson, coming into the week, he was 10th. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to move him up close enough where he's going to be knocking on the door of that 6th spot. I mean, this has been a very good year for Harris English.
Yeah, and 2 runner-ups in majors is a heck of a season for anybody. Unfortunate for him that it was like, he's never in the clubhouse with a lead or anything. But today, if you got the chance to watch, him and Chris Gotterup were just playing. They were playing match play out there. It was like, I want that solo third. Like, I don't want you to have it. And it was fantastic. I think HE put him on the team, dude. Like, I think he's going to be even an auto qualifier, but Chris Gotterup's got some stones. Like that's a guy that I might want to have in a match play. That's a guy who beat Rory in a playoff. 25 years old. He wasn't even supposed to play this week. Qualifies last week, wins the Genesis. His dad's at a member guest tournament somewhere else. His girlfriend's not even at the event. This dude is just hanging out by himself and throwing darts on the golf course, waking up. He's got the chain on, dude. This guy, I mean, roll him out there.
Oh, he's sick. So he moved up 30 spots after the Scottish last week. And I think he's going to move up quite significantly more based on a T3 in this event. Now, why do we say Gotterup's a little bit far back? He's not going to be able to automatically qualify in about a month's time. But you want to get the hot guy in there, right? Like if you're playing good in golf and everybody who's listening probably has played and is a fan, like you guys know when you're feeling good and you're swinging good, like everything just comes nice and easy. You want that guy on the team. And people who started off well, they might have the points. Colin Morikawa was sitting at 7th. Ben Griffin's cooled off. Keegan Bradley's actually playing really good golf. That's going to be interesting. Does he select himself? McNeely 11, Harmon 12. He's playing better now, which is a good sign. But Andrew Novak 13, Cantlay 14, Burns 15. Like, oh boy, I thought the United States made a mistake in 2023 with the Ryder Cup selection picks that they made. You got to go to win this one. You got to hold serve and try to go win one in Europe. Get the best players. I'm not talking like the most well-known names, not the most high profile. Like who's playing good golf right now? I think that's the way they got to go this year.
Yeah, but if there is like if you're gonna captains pick a guy like Justin Thomas, who's just like a match play legend, then that's fine. And like he can shoot 200, 300, whatever at the Open, and I'm not mad that he's on the team, but you can't stack him up. Like Patrick can't. Does anybody want to hang out with Cam Young? Like that's another thing you got to think of if you're captain. We'll see the player captain thing. I think it's more likely that Keegan Bradley passes off his captaincy to play than it is that he elects himself as a player captain. But I think he is Captain America. Like that dude, I want him playing too. I want the psycho. And I think that worst case scenario for Chris Gotterup, he just showed that, hey, if I show up next year and play well at the Genesis and the Open again, they're going to have to pick me when it goes back to Europe, no matter what I do.
So that's
killing these golf courses.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Links Golf. I mean, gosh, get this guy. This guy's can be your weapon over there in Europe once it goes back to that style. So yeah, I think keep an eye on that. But we'll see what happens this year. Tyson and I, we're big into the Ryder Cup. So when the teams come out, the selections come out, we got you covered here. But let's keep going through the Open and thinking more big picture about some of these guys we're talking about, because Matt Fitzpatrick had another good week, and this is coming off a T8 at the Rocket and a T4 at the Scottish Open, and a T17 before those two at the Travelers. This is a guy who started off the year pretty horribly, outside the Century, which, it's a limited field, but T48 at the Pro-Am at Pebble, then missed the cut at the Waste Management, 49th at the Genesis, then had a T22 at the Arnold Palmer, and you're like, oh, is he turning things around? Missed the cut at the Players, missed the cut at the Valero, was T40 at the Masters, missed the cut again at the Zurich. And since that point, he's turned it around a little bit, Tyson, and all of a sudden he's playing the best golf that we've seen from him in a while. So is this a sign that Matt Fitzpatrick is starting to get his career back on track, in your opinion?
I sure hope so. I love watching him play. I know there's some people that are maybe not in love with the writing down every single shot you've ever hit and the supercomputer stuff, but those are the same guys that are clicking all Bryson DeChambeau's YouTube videos. And it's like, just because one is the bro guy, the bro scientist, doesn't mean this other scientist isn't playing crazy good golf. He scrambled so well this week. It was just every single time he was short-sided or he had a pin running away from him or something, it was like he's 3 feet away for par. And, that's not a way to beat Scottie Scheffler. But, if you bet Matt Fitzpatrick without Scottie Scheffler, you were in it all week. I thought he was awesome. He's a grinder. This is a dude that, has a major championship under his belt. And it's nice to see some of these names that aren't the Rory McIlroys that are going to be out of the game eventually. Like, we need the guys in Scotty's age range to be the ones pushing him a little bit on the leaderboard. Matt Fitzpatrick was great this week.
I want to give you a chance to talk about your boy Bobby Mack and Rory, just kind of the English type of flavor, the Irish type of flavor. One's obviously Bobby Mack's Scottish and Rory's Irish, coming back home here. But, talking about them just coming up a little bit short. And, you were confident that Bobby was going to win this one. What do you think about his game?
I was less confident, as soon as the tournament started. I texted you after the first day. I said, like, it's wrapped. Congratulations on the Scotty bet. This thing is over. Up and down week for Bobby Mack. He had the moments that I thought we were going to get maybe one or two more of, where he just goes nuclear for 3 or 4 or 5 holes. And look, golf is super hard. He was awesome this week. I think he finished T7. You can't be upset about that. This guy is really fun to watch, and I hope that we get more of him. It's another major championship, and NBC was much better, than some of the other people that put on golf tournaments. But put more Bobby Mack on the TV. I mean, the lines he takes are aggressive. The ball flight is great. The way he plays golf is fun. I think that, we just talked about the Ryder Cup. He's an AQ for Europe. He's stamped.
Yeah, I think so too. And probably Fitzpatrick. Let me pull up the European side.
I think Bobby Mack is third. I think it goes Rory, Tommy, Bobby.
It is Rory, Tommy, Bobby, Tyrrell Hatton, Sepp Straka, Shane Lowry. Those are your 6 right now. And where is Fitzpatrick? He's down here at 22nd. So he'll probably get a jump. I don't know if he's going to be an automatic qualifier. He's going to have to be selected. You would think that probably Ludwig Aubert and Hovland get picked again. So it's probably the same team that we saw in 2023. A lot of the same Europeans. European golf right now is not – I mean, NBC was rubbing salt in the wound when they had their European guests on, dude. That was hilarious because I was like, let's go. Take some shots at the old boy.
It was 1, 2, 3 on the leaderboard. It was like, oh, my goodness, the United States takeover is complete at the Open. I don't know what's going on.
But I'm with you. It was good seeing Bobby Mack perform well again. This is somebody we highlighted the last tournament, and we expect him to perform well here. The Rory thing, I don't want to get into it too much. I mean, just I didn't think he was going to win this week. But kind of I just want to put a wrap on what Rory's done in major championship season, and that's winning at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He won the Players. He won the Masters. He was T47 at the PGA, T19 at the US Open, and then finished here at T7. So I mean, it's a good year for him. He's been playing the best golf of his career, I think. I mean, obviously he had that insane nuclear run when he was younger, but I think consistency wise, he's playing the best golf. It just hasn't resulted in the wins. Maybe I'm off base there a little bit, but I just think he looks fantastic just from an all-around standpoint, driving, irons, and putting. Probably could serve to make a few more putts, I'm sure in his mind, but I think Rory's playing great, and we'll see if he can continue the momentum.
Well, dude, he just got stuck in the mud on Thursday a little bit. Driver wasn't there, and then it was, he wasn't able to get out to a hot start, which I think would have set that place on fire, and then we could be having a whole different conversation today. Can you believe what he did? But also just like the classic Rory McIlroy, he's not going to win the tournament, but you're going to look up and he's going to be T2, T3 on the leaderboard for most of Sunday without a chance to win. And that's unfortunate that that's the way that things have kind of turned out for him. But it was just the driver on Thursday. It was like he's not hitting fairways, he's not hitting greens. He's pretty good though.
Let's go into our notable roundup. So these are the names that we saw, good or bad, good week, bad week, that we want to just highlight. And I want to start here with Wyndham Clark and Bryson DeChambeau going absolutely insane on Sunday. Wyndham Clark goes, what does he go? 6 under on the round, gets up to T4, and then Bryson DeChambeau goes 7 under, gets up to T10. It looked like he was going to miss the cut after the first day. Both these guys actually technically looked like they were going to be done, and they go nuclear. They make some cashola. The Wyndham Clark thing is funny to me because people just hate this guy online. And listen, is he a douche? Potentially. I think probably people poke the bear a little bit more than they should. He's just a skinny Shane Lowry, pretty much. People love Shane Lowry, and people hate Wyndham Clark.
Dude, Shane Lowry's out here saying F this place. They have a mural of him on the side of the building.
And the Oakmont thing, obviously that's unfortunate. And I think, Wyndham Clark and Oakmont, I think, they both can maybe handle that a little bit more privately. I don't think he's on Twitter airing dirty laundry out there. Like, I was shocked to see that. I'm like, okay. But listen, should he have acted that way? Should he have done that? No, obviously not. But people make mistakes. It's like, I was like, wow, obviously something went wrong there. But, to see him get up to T4, Tyson, and there's not many people I think can take down Scottie Scheffler. When Wyndham Clark is on, dude, like he just goes nuclear and birdies pretty much everything he looks at. So that's what we got here.
Give me as much Hao Tong Lee as I can get in the coming years, dude. That guy was so much fun. He was having a blast out there. He's yelling at his golf ball. He has a blow up on 14, and it's just like never happened. He's back on the tee box, smiling, jumping around. Really cool that he got to play in this group today. Xander Schauffele is just quietly going to rack up a top 50 career of all. This guy's awesome, dude. And he again wasn't in it, but he was good enough all week to finish up there. And then we got to give a little shout out. Russell Henley is super good at golf.
Oh yeah. He's going to play his way into the Ryder Cup team for sure. Yeah. I think it's well deserved. And this is somebody you call T20, and he's been really good on good golf courses, hard golf courses. So I think that bodes well for his career going forward. Can he put it all together? Does he have the ceiling? We'll see. But I'm with you. He's there, and he's shown that he can compete. How about Ricky, though, man? T14. Dude, when we did our preview, we're like, hey, Ricky played good here last week. None of us thought to put 2 and 2 together that maybe Ricky likes this place, and he had a good showing.
On the flip side, disappointed in Hovland and ultra disappointed in Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Hovland thing, I'm not going to say I'm done with it, but boy, oh boy, it's just too much of a roller coaster. You have no clue what you're getting on week to week, major to major.
You got your boy Colin. This is a guy. He's won one of these things. Feels like we've been waiting for a long time for him to get back to the level that we know he can play at. We've seen him do it in spurts, but the consistency just doesn't seem to exist.
Dustin Johnson, T23.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
dude, the live guys balled out. Not the ones we thought. We thought Rahm and Neiman and those guys were going to play well, and it was Phil and DJ.
I know. I mean, you got to get the old school guys back on this links golf, man. They figure out how to win or how to compete at least. The other thing, and Tommy Fleetwood, I don't want to belabor this. T16, solid week, but everybody's like, oh, this guy's going to win. Just you gotta do something, man. And that's he just hasn't been able to do it. And I'm not shocked to see him once again not be able to live up to the expectations that everybody else has put on him when he hasn't done anything to deserve it.
And I would love no matter what channel is being broadcast for golf, give me a simulcast of Justin Rose because his scorecards all week long were hilarious. It was bogeys and birdies.
Some of the notable missed cuts here, Tyson, Joaquin Niemann, you kind of mentioned that. Jason Day, Ben Griffin, he was playing so well for so long. Potentially Ryder Cup guy. He's off, I think, a lot of people's potential list if he doesn't automatically qualify. So we'll see what happens with the captains there. Siwoo Kim misses the cut. He was red hot for a little bit, won the players. And it's like, man, what are we going to see next from him? Nick Taylor, Tom Kim, those are two guys who have won stateside, haven't been able to quite put it together on the big stage here. Patrick Cantlay, miscut. Yes. What is going on there?
That was the big one. Because that's like these other guys are playing their way into the Ryder Cup, and it's like Cantlay, I think, was 13th coming in the week, had a chance to piss all of us off, not wear his hat. He was going to be back on the team. So selfishly, I'm not fist pumping at his failure, but I think it's going to be tough to put him on the squad.
And Minwoo Lee, another disappointing career thus far.
We were talking about this. Minwoo Lee is approaching Tommy Fleetwood territory, not from the fact that the people are picking him to win, but we're getting Minwoo Lee featured groups every single big event.
I know it's interesting. I mean, he's funny. He hits the ball far and he does some stinger stuff. And his sister's obviously a star in the sport, but man, it's got to start doing something. There's some live rumblings. I don't know if people are jumping like that. It's like, what? I think more closer to a merger. But Tyson, a couple others here that missed the cut that I wanted to highlight. Sahith Theegala went 7 over this week. You want to talk about a star that's fizzled out. I mean, my goodness, this was supposed to be one of the next guys coming up in the game. Brooks Koepka, 7 over. It's just play Augusta and maybe a U.S. Open, and we'll kind of go from there. That's really where it feels like with Brooks. And then the other one that stood out to me, I am missing it. I'll just say those two and see if Cam Smith. That's what I meant to say. Whoa, has the live thing backfired for him? Yep. I mean, disaster now. I mean, it's not even like a conversation. This guy's going to do anything.
He was like, it wasn't like, hey man, Scottie. But when you were like looking at this, it was like, it might be those two for a long time. And then he wins the Open, he disappears to live, and it doesn't look like we're ever going to even see this guy make the cut again. He's awesome, but he seems uninterested the whole time, which is, maybe the way he just wants to play golf. I can't tell a guy what to do. He's got $300 million, but I do miss the wizard Cam Smith. Like, give that guy a wedge within 100 yards. It was like, he's going to win this golf tournament.
Well, he's going to put it somewhere, and then he's going to make the putt.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to be close. And he's going to make it. I know it's shocking to see him perform it the way he has. And I don't want to relitigate the live thing, but when this first happened, Tyson and I were like, that format just does not bode well for these guys going forward. Outside of Bryson, whose career has benefited from going to live golf?
Just Bryson's and Tyrrell, because we don't see him as much. True. So they come back and we're like, oh, this is so awesome. Hatton is so funny. Rahm wasn't great this week. That was a guy that, I had as a top 5 guy. He's a super popular name all week long. He's been the most consistent Open player without winning one for the last couple of years. And he just, again, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe let him wear shorts.
Maybe. I wonder if that's going to come here pretty soon. But any other notables that stuck out to you, Tyson, or should we get the closing thoughts?
I think that was it. I thought the golf course was awesome.
Oh, it looked great. And, that's to be expected. And especially when you go over there and, that's their big showcase and they have some time to get everything ready. And I agree with you. I thought it looked fantastic. Closing thought mainly for me as we wrap up the Open Championship, wrap up major golf season. It's not often that we're able to see somebody be as meteoric as we thought the Tiger Woods was going to be. And I wonder if people thought that you go from Arnold Palmer, where it's like, whoa, then you got Gary Player, then you have Jack, where it's like, oh my God, what are we seeing? And then it took a while, and then all of a sudden here's Tiger Woods. And it really felt like we would never get anything like that in golf again. And from a star power perspective and from what Tiger Woods meant to golf and what the person was in the landscape of sports, we'll never reach that again. I mean, maybe we will, but I don't think so. But what Scottie's doing on the actual course is remarkable, and it's reminding us of Tiger, which we thought we would never ever see again.
No, and it's the fact that he gets to make it an argument is great, because Scottie has like 3 more major wins. If he wins like 3 more in the next 3 years, he's going to get LeBron so hard. You can't come for Tiger Woods. People are going to turn on Scottie Scheffler like crazy, but let's just enjoy the ride.
All right. Like, subscribe, and share. Smash the like button on the way out. Hit subscribe so don't miss a single thing we do. Again, if you're a golf fan and you like what we're talking about here, you like the way that we discuss golf in the major seasons, we don't do a ton outside the major stuff, but we are going to do Ryder Cup. So we'll keep an eye out for that news or anything else that comes out regarding that, and then we'll do some reaction or lead into Ryder Cup because that's my favorite event in golf. I absolutely love the patriotism. I love that event. It's just awesome. So I'm super looking forward to that. Now it's back in the United States this year, and we'll keep you covered. But if you're a fan of other sports, we got football coming around the corner. Baseball stuff is kicking in. NBA offseason's been really heated up. So we got you covered on every single sport. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. Share it with a friend. Share it with an enemy. We'll talk to you guys when we talk to you. Till then, peace.